where's Tony? I thought you said she was going to be here at 10 o'clock.
Well, she said she was, and there she is, fresh off the court. Hey, I hope we didn't interrupt anything.
Oh, no, but I got to get back pretty soon. It's the annual member guest tournament, and my family takes it pretty serious, just like polo.
Well, the competition better watch out then.
Yeah, listen, we were wondering if you'd heard from Rick.
No, he's out of town.
Yeah, I know. He left a message on our machine, but he didn't say how long he'd be gone or where he was going.
He's in a Sillamar. He's at the Blue Sky Bay conference.
You're kidding.
No. Does that surprise you?
It just doesn't seem like him somehow.
Well, it's just that he has never been too heavy into any causes. You know, it strikes me as a possibility. Could his sudden interest in the environment be related to his job somehow?
Job-related? No. No, I'm sure that it isn't.
Well, if you're sure, then you know a lot more about his job than I do. Do you mind filling me in a little bit on what he's doing?
Actually, I probably know less than you, Cruz. See, Rick said he didn't want to talk about it until he knew it, was going to last. But I do know that the reason he's in a Sillamar is because he had a few days off. So I'm sure one has nothing to do with the other.
Well, I'd like a job where I had a couple of days off my first week, wouldn't you?
Yeah, do you mind telling me, well, how come you didn't go to the conference with him? I mean, I saw you were together with him at the demonstration.
Oh, yeah, that was enough. I mean, those people are really intense. And besides, I had already signed up for the tournament, and it would be kind of awkward if I backed out. So he went alone.
So you didn't get Rick involved with the Blues?
No. Why would you think that?
Well, I don't know. I guess I just got the wrong impression somewhere. If you do hear from him, will you please let me know immediately? In fact, get a number so I can reach him.
Is everything okay?
I hope. You ever seen this man before?
No. Who is he?
Well, his name's Jack Sellers, and he's the guy we suspect planted the explosives that went off at the demonstration the other night. The problem is that Rick and only Rick was seen talking to him. Now, would you know anything about that, Tony?
I don't remember Rick talking with anyone, but, I mean, I wasn't with him every second, so...
Yeah, well, Jack Sellers, that's him, and Rick mentioned him when he called and left the message.
He did?
Yeah. So you can see why it's important that we talk to Rick. If he saw something or he knows anything about this guy, help us nail him. It's real important.
Yeah, well, if he calls, I'll tell him to call you. I mean, if he calls before he heads back, because I think the conference ends today.
Great. Well, maybe I'll get lucky and talk to him in person.
I hope so. I gotta go back. The semifinals are starting.
Good luck.
Thanks. If you talk to Rick before I do, tell him to call me.
You bet.
What are you thinking?
I don't think she was telling us everything she knows.
You don't think she would have told you if Rick called her before he left?
Well, she probably would have mentioned that, but she seems to be hiding something. She knows something about his job. You see how nervous she got when I mentioned the job?
Didn't really notice that.
You didn't really? Well, you see, that I did. That's why I'm the detective, and you're just a reporter, I guess.
Careful.
Speaking of which, what time is your interview?
Oh, Mrs. Redding was supposed to be here 10 minutes ago. I don't know what's keeping her.
Well, maybe her chauffeur got dirt on his white gloves and he has to buy some new ones or something.
Yeah, maybe. Don't make fun of her. You know, she makes a lot of money, and most of that money goes to charity. And that charity being the Blue Sky Brigade. If I can get some information out of her, it will round off my piece very nicely.
Well, yeah, that would be nice. I'm not complaining. I hope that's what happens. I didn't mean to tease you too much.
Yeah, well, tease. Call me from the station if you're not too busy trying to get Jack Sellers to talk.
Yeah, well, I think it's time to put some serious pressure on Mr. Sellers. Who pays to let a scum like Sellers back out on the streets where he can blow up more innocent people? You want to tell me that?
I can try and find it.
I don't believe this. I mean, I know I should be used to it by now, but I can't believe that man is back on the streets. Where is the background check I ordered on him?
On Sellers?
Yeah.
He was clean as...
I don't want his record. I want his background. I asked for that yesterday. I still don't have it. Who were his friends? Who the hell put the money up to get him out of jail? Will you get on that, please, Stanton?
Yes.
And while you're at it, would you ask Boswell for me why it is that it takes a day and a year to get anything done in this godforsaken place?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Yeah, Pacific Grove. I need a number for the Asilomar Inn. Thank you. Lord, you want something done right? Big. Yes, Rick Castillo, please. Yeah, well, he should be there. He's attending the environmental conference. Yeah. Well, I would imagine he checked in Friday along with everyone else. Yes, Castillo. C-A-S-T-I-L-L-O. Rick. Do you have a record of him? Did he make a reservation? And why isn't he there? No, I know you don't know, sir. I was just thinking out loud. Excuse me. You bet. Yes, thank you very much. All right, Ricky, what is going on here? Why didn't you check in? How have you been?
Oh, I've been just peachy. Well, not as good as you, though. Congratulations on your upcoming groundbreaking.
Uh-huh. You sure you don't want to go back into hotel management? We have quite a thing going here. It's not just a resort. It's more like a small township. You could elect yourself mayor.
I guess that's why the Blues are on your case, huh?
Don't tell me you're here to deliver a lecture on their behalf.
No.
Well, good, because I have had to declare a moratorium. I can no longer listen to any speech that has the words ecosystem or habitat in it without breaking out in hives.
I'll keep that in mind.
And I'll be eternally grateful.
That'll be the day. So I guess I should also congratulate you on you and Daddy coming together without ending up in the hospital. That's a big bravo.
Yes, well, we scream a lot, but we've stopped short of actual violence.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he's mellowing, do you think?
Maybe you don't provoke him as much as you used to.
Yes, well, I'm not sure why I always get accused of provoking him. You do it all the time. The only difference is that he takes it from you. Yes, when you do it, he finds it brave and winning. It's because you're a girl.
Oh, Mason.
It's true. When you do it, it's spunk, according to him. When I do it, it's insubordination.
Well, not now, apparently. I mean, you managed to sell him on this Oasis idea, didn't you?
Yes, if only I could sell the bird people. Not that I mean to minimize their interests. I don't. It's just that they are so suspicious and defensive. Dash Nichols and that whole group of people are convinced that their concerns and ours cannot coexist peacefully. Have you ever tried to talk to that man?
Numerous times. I'm doing a piece on the Blues for the station.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know.
Amazing, considering your thirst for every detail of my burgeoning career.
If that's your shabby little way of saying that I've been a bit self-involved lately, you're not the first. Julia's been peeved at me as well.
Well, she is a big supporter of the Blues, isn't she?
She and everyone else in Santa Barbara, apparently.
Yeah, I saw him. He was on the train with the rest of us.
Was he riding in the same car as you?
No, I was up in the front with the rest of my staff. But I made a point of walking through all the cars and saying hello to everybody and thanking them for being there.
Okay, so you did see him. Was he sitting with anyone?
I remember seeing his face. As far as who he was sitting with, I have no idea.
How was the seating? Were the seats reserved, or people just sat where they wanted?
Well, your ticket designated the car, but not the exact seat. I can give you a list of the other people in his car. You know, maybe they can tell you something I can't.
That would be great, man. Thanks. That would help.
Take a look here. There you go.
Okay. When did the conference end exactly?
Well, I came back last night because I finished my speeches yesterday, but everybody else left this morning. Anybody from Santa Barbara should probably be back by now.
Yeah, so then by all rights, my brother should be back too, but somewhere between the train and the conference, he got lost. I just hope to hell somebody can tell me how. Do you remember seeing this man?
Sure. This was the guy I wanted to kill.
I beg your pardon?
I went out on the train 10 minutes before he goes up to the best-looking woman there, and they greet each other like long-lost lovers.
So he struck up the conversation.
Well, conversation had very little to do with it.
You're saying it looked like they already knew each other?
Sure seemed like it. Because believe me, it got very heavy at eye contact. Well, now, look, I'm not a voyeur. I mean, but I was right across from him. It's not like I could keep from noticing, you know. And next thing I know, the train stops, and those two are history.
So he got off before the train reached Asilomar.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they got off together, hand in hand.
At which station?
That's the thing. I don't remember. The train was a local. There were a lot of stops. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
I guess the idea of a workshop on new techniques in waste disposal didn't stand up too well against pure paradise and a motel waterbed. I mean, I guess you can understand the guy's situation, can't you?
No, I can't. I understand even less now than I did before. So, this inn or whatever says that they had a record of Rick making a reservation, but he never showed up.
Well, he got on the train to go there because Cassandra saw him.
What was she doing there?
Cassandra was there taking notes for Julia, so I went and saw her and asked her if she knew anything.
Well, she must have told you about the woman then?
Yeah. She said he was chatting with some woman.
Well, the guy I talked to said it got beyond the chatting stage pretty quickly.
What do you mean?
Well, according to him, they were practically in a clinch before they got off the train. He assumed they were headed for the nearest motel.
Who is it that you talked to?
Just some guy who was sitting right across from them, he said.
Well, Cassandra didn't mention anything about it being hot and heavy, and if it did, I'm sure she would have mentioned it.
This is so weird. I mean, it's like the more I know, the more I don't know. And the worse it starts to seem for Rick.